Hello, mighty warriors. This is Alicia. Thank you for joining me again. This is the day before Passover ends, 2024, and the Lord has given me a lot of revelation during this Passover season. And so, if you haven't celebrated the Passover as a Christian, I would suggest you try it. Make sure, though, that you prepare because you're going to have to clean your house. So, weeks in advance, you need to be in preparation for this. And I don't recommend that you do it without preparing and being very thoughtful about it. But I will say that it has opened my eyes to a lot of things. Um, but what I want to talk to you about today is about focusing on the goodness of God, focusing on the positive, focusing on the possibilities. And my pastor today or Sunday, when he was preaching, he talked about how when we're living our life, there's always this temptation to focus on the negative, to focus on the depressing, to focus on, the bad things that are going on, the things that the enemy wants you to focus on, right? But then there's this other perspective, there's God's perspective, there's focusing on the joy, focusing on the possibilities, focusing on the goodness of God. And he gave a great example of Jesus being on the cross and there being two thieves on either side of him. And one of the thieves on the cross, he was focused on how he could get his life back, right? He told Jesus, he was tempting, this was Satan, of course, tempting Jesus, saying, if you are who you say you are, come down off that cross. But really, the heart of this man, he wanted to save his life. And God says, if you want to save your life, you have to lose it. And if you want to, gain eternal life, you have to lose your life, right? Your physical life. And so with these two perspectives, you have the other thief on the cross, and he's thinking of the possibilities. He's like, remember me in your kingdom, right? He's repentant. He's, instead of being sad and downtrodden and focusing on the bad things, he decides to focus on the possibilities, right? And when we focus on the possibilities, when we focus on Jesus, when we focus on the goodness of God, the greatness of God, all the things that he's done, right? That's when we can start to kind of walk in joy instead of walking in defeat, right? Because the enemy likes to keep us feeling like we're missing out on all of the bad stuff, right? Feeling like we're missing out on the sins, the temptations, the salaciousness, right? But instead, we should flip that on its head and we should be doing the FOMO. If we're gonna feel like we're missing out on something, we should feel like we're missing out on the goodness of God. That's why we should read our Bible, because we should feel like we're missing out on a revelation. Every day when we get up, we should be excited because of the possibilities of what is in that book, of what we could learn, of what we could discover, of what God has to show us and give us. Getting excited about the day because of what he can do for us, what he can show us, how he can turn it around and turn anything around on a dime. Focusing on the goodness of God, fear of missing out on godly things, right? And then it gets us excited, even more excited, and we put all that wickedness and that demonic stuff away. So if you're one of those people who has always got FOMO and the enemy is trying to tempt you into the evil things of life with that FOMO, throw that away and instead apply that same FOMO. And of course, I'm stealing this from my favorite pastors, okay? I'm not this wise, right? Focus on the FOMO of the fear of missing out on the things of God, all the things that you could be doing to pursue God, and how that could be filling you with joy, filling you with happiness, filling you with rejoicing. every day. Focus on the positive, feeling positive. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for listening. Until next time, I love you. Be baptized and be blessed.